Verno Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals, presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro, is coming to you live from Gamecock Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida, where tonight's matchup is the Godby Cougars hosting the Cairo Syrupmakers. Hi everyone, I'm Ben Cinco. Emily Peters is our sideline reporter, will be joining us shortly. And with me in the booth, as always, calling the action is Eric Llewellyn. Eric, very excited about this contest tonight. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Talk to us about your keys for tonight's ballgame.
Well, I really think this game is going to come down to a battle in the trenches, and specifically with Cairo, they were expecting to have a veteran unit come back. They've had some attrition there, don't have the veteran unit they were expecting. So I think a big key for them is going to be how they can handle the Godby front. And I think for Godby, the key is what can they do to try to create havoc against that less than experienced Cairo offensive line than what everybody was expecting.
Okay, and how about your key players for tonight?
Well, for Cairo, I really like Keyshawn Spence. He's a guy, he'll carry the ball a lot, leads the team in touchdowns, never leaves the field. He'll make tackles all over the place on defense, and I think he's a key guy for Cairo tonight.
And how about for Godby?
I've got to give some love to the offensive line. Marion Bush, he's the right tackle. He anchors that offensive front for Godby, a 12th grader, a senior, and he's my key tonight for Godby.
All right, thanks, Eric. Well, we kick off next on Tallahassee CW.
Welcome back to Gamecock Stadium, Tallahassee, Florida. We are with you covering the Godby Cougars hosting the Cairo Syrupmakers. Hi, everybody. Ben Cinco, Eric Llewellyn calling the action for you tonight. Emily Peters on the sideline. Let's go ahead and set it down to Emily. Emily, what you got for us?
Head coach Demario Jones of the Godby High School Cougars is off to a 1-0 start of his second season at Godby. And I had a chance to speak with him earlier this week, and he said, I noticed when I first got to Godby that the kids were just really frustrated. They were struggling on the field and academically in the classroom. So I knew football would fall secondary to a bunch of different issues if I didn't address those first. And he said, I think I've accomplished a lot in my first season. I think that we've made a lot of progress with the mentality of this team. Our motto this year is to face adversity, and they are just ready to get back out onto the field.
All right, thank you, Emily. We are getting ready to kick things off. Cairo won the coin toss and has deferred to the second half. So they'll be kicking things off to Godby shortly. Coming into tonight, Cairo comes in with a record of 2-1. Had a tough loss to start the season off against Thomas County Central, but followed that up with wins versus Monroe and Thomasville High School. Meanwhile, Godby starts the season off at 1-0. They had a nice win against Fort Walton to start the season, but we're supposed to play Madison County last Friday night, but unfortunately because of the hurricane coming through, they had to postpone that game. So a little different kind of contest tonight. You've got a team that's played 3 games already and one that's only played 1.
Yeah, and typically you'd think that's going to be a big advantage for Cairo, just having those opportunities. Obviously Godby's been practicing, but you can't replace the game experience with practice time. At a certain point, you've got to see other opponents. You've got to see other people out there to improve and keep getting better and to really gauge where your team is.
Yep, and speaking of gauging team, there's head coach David Coleman in his second season as the head coach of this Syrupmakers team. Been with the organization for quite a long time, graduated there in 2006. Was an assistant there 10 years before he took over as the head coach last year. So the team is very excited. The fan base is very excited about what this team has. So we'll get things started here with our Awards for You kickoff. Awards for You: encourage, recognize, celebrate. Return out to the 10, 15, and down about the 19-yard line. That's where the Cougars will set up shop.
That was Jalen Allen on there that picked up that line drive kick.
Here tonight's Werner Hyundai and Werner Kia starting lineup the Walk-On Sports Bistro starting lineups. Let's see, for the Cougars, we've got Lazarus Chambers, Demyrick Bentley. We got Valcourt, Vickers, Martin, Simmons, Hoyt, Mahoney, James, Pearsall, and Bush. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Chambers going to keep the ball rolled to the left and is brought down for loss. Tackle for loss down about the 14-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play. Godby going with pace. 2nd down. Keeper up the middle. Going to get about 4 yards on that. Let's go ahead and get a look at the Walk-On Sports Bistro starting lineup for the Cairo Syrupmakers on defense. Brown, Moore, Hines, Kelly, Jeremiah Williams, Malik Williams, Harvey Sloan, Jones, Brown, Spence, and Teal. 3rd and 12 for the Cougars. Third and 9 for the Cougars. Coming out of the huddle. Play clock at 10. 4 receivers, 1 back. Chambers, pump fake, going deep down the field. He's got a receiver open and just through the hands. Intended there for Jamarian Simmons.
Well, you had Gage Schaefer on coverage there. He did not bite on that pump fake. And so you had a DB and a wide receiver there kind of running stride for stride.
So the punt team will come out.
We watched them in warm-up, and they had a little trouble as far as punting the football. It got better as warm-ups went.
Corey Baker back to receive. Jalen Roque.
Didn't have enough guys on the field there, so they had to.
And they're going to call a timeout. The play clock was right about down to 0. So
they ran Demyrick Bentley out there late when they realized they only had 2 guys in the backfield there protecting the punter. So they had to run somebody in there, which took too much time. And then I guess they ended up taking a delay and not calling the timeout.
End over end kick. Baker will back off. Actually, will field the ball and is hit as soon as he's as soon as it gets in his hand. So brought down right about the 47-yard line. That's where the Syrupmakers will start things off for their first drive of the ball game.
Good job there by Tony McLean getting down there and covering that. And that's one that they're really going to probably have a word with him when he gets over the sidelines to say, yeah, don't do that again.
Here's the Walk-Ons Sports Bistro starting lineups for the Cairo offense. Got G. Simmons, Spence, Owens, Baker, Powell, Jones, Simmons, our Scholar athlete Puckett, Jones, Martin, and Willis. So 1st and 10 for the Syrupmakers. It looks like
offside.
Yeah, that's official. Offside, so 5 yards for Cairo on penalty.
You had a couple of guys there for Godby get into the neutral zone. Not sure if it was a count thing and they were trying to anticipate or if they just got a little too eager.
So G. Simmons will keep the ball, go up the middle, and he is past the 1st down marker. Going to get extra there, too.
Well, he's their leading. He's their leading rusher, so that's not surprising to see that play there.
All right, here's the Walk-On Sports Bistro starting lineup for the Godby Cougars defense, and we'll give that to you after the play. Ward now. Cromartie, Barge, Valcourt, Strong, Jones, McLean, Roque, Walker, Allen, Anderson, and Chambers.
Just an effective little hitch there from quarterback there, Simmons, to Tristan Harvey. It's a route that I think has kind of gone away, though it's started to maybe make a little bit of a comeback. You're starting to see a lot more hitches used, and it's just a route I love so much. It's routes and hitches and slants. I can make a game out of that.
2nd and 5. Simmons will hand the ball off. Not a whole lot there. Brian Duncan on the carry. So we'll put this just a couple of inches past the original line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 5 here from there.
And they go back to Simmons here, or do they put this one in the air? Saw them get 5 on 1st and 5 with Simmons. Actually get about 8 with Simmons running out of that quarterback spot.
So the officials blow the whistle.
Equipment issue, so they're going to send Tristan Harvey off. He's got pads sticking out below the jersey. So Cairo's going to shuffle up the lineup a little bit there. Personnel.
4 receivers. One of those receivers will take the handoff. That's Corey Baker, very dangerous speedster. Gets around the outside and is going to get a 1st down and more.
And they're going to get a late hit flag tacked onto the end of that too, which will be half the distance from about the 21-yard line, which is where he went out of bounds and was hit late.
So that a good look at Baker getting around the end, getting ahead, and definitely after he gets out of bounds. So that's an Anderson and Hart 1st down. Anderson and Hart, because you matter, is going to bring the ball right about the 11-yard line. You know what that means? That puts us into the Esposito Lawn and Garden Center red zone. Esposito is the area's most progressive garden center. 1st and 10, 11-yard line for the Syrupmakers. 3 receivers to the left. Brown goes in motion and got a false start. First penalty of the evening for the Syrupmakers. Marching back 5 on that one.
So they gave back quite a bit of that yardage that they got on the late hit flag.
This ball's just outside the 15-yard line. Handoff. Still on his feet as the ball carrier down to, let's see, that's Keishan Spence.
Yep.
Eric's picked a click on the game for the Syrupmakers. Brings the ball down to the 8-yard line, or 7-yard line, forgive me there.
They like to use him a lot in short yardage situations, in the red zone, goal line area. Has 3 touchdowns so far in the first 3 games. And you look at the average per carry, it's not very impressive, but he's just kind of a bit of a bull in there when he gets the ball.
So we're looking at 2nd and 7 for Cairo. The 8-yard gain.
Now Spence and Wildcat. But a flag.
Offsides on Godby.
Godby was clapping like that one was going to be on Cairo, but officials said otherwise.
So they're going to take a timeout for a water break. 7:53 to go in the first quarter. We'll go ahead and take a break as well. No score from Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. It's the Barrett Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium, Tallahassee, Florida. Barrett Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Water break on the field. They're about to come out of their huddles. It's going to be a 2nd down and 3, a little bit more than 3 to go for the Syrupmakers. Got the ball deep in Cougar territory. All right, so we still have Keyshawn Spence as the Wildcat quarterback. He's going to take the ball, go to the left, get around the end, and into the end zone for a Syrupmakers touchdown. Eric Llewellyn looking very happy over there. What's that all about?
Well, like I said, they get down to that area. They like to use them a lot in those situations. And in that particular case, they were going to try to run that one right off the tackle, maybe a little bit outside of tackle, but then he bounced it outside and found a lot of green space out there to get the touchdown.
Keyshawn Spence, that play good for our first Weston Trawick touchdown of the ball game. Weston Trawick building, connecting, powering 24/7. Extra point is up and good. Your score, Cairo 7, Godby 0. 7:53 to go in the first quarter. So we're able to get the ball right about midfield after the forcing Godby to punt on their first drive of the ball game. Able to get the ball down, had some help with some penalties, and looked good getting the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they put together a really good drive there, and that's, again, we go back to some of the things we were talking about. You saw their offensive line handling Godby in that situation, and that was one of the question marks coming in. It was an offensive line that they thought was going to be a lot more experienced than it ended up being. They had a couple of guys, either injuries or guys who just decided to give up football, and so they ended up having a much younger group there. But they certainly held their own in that first drive against the Godby defensive front.
And that's where we are. Cairo about to kick off the ball for the second time tonight. It's the Awards for You kickoff. Awards for You. Encourage, recognize, and celebrate. Down to the... Still on his feet to the 20, 25, still on his feet, 30, 35, right about to the 40-yard line.
Jalen Allen, excellent return there on the squib kick.
Great way for Godby to start this drive off. Well, folks, this Saturday at 6:30 p.m., the Cincinnati Bearcats take on the Pittsburgh Panthers in ACC action. Only on the CW Tallahassee. Catch ACC college football every Saturday, all season long on the CW Tallahassee. There it is. Looking forward to that. ACC on the CW. So the Cougars will start things on their second drive. Chambers, quick pitch to the outside to Bentley. Bentley down to about the 45-yard line. Going to be a first down and more. And I beg your pardon, that was Tylen Vickers.
I was about to say, I think that was 6 instead of 8 there.
Yep.
Hard to see the jersey numbers on a 6 and 8 sometimes when they're running with their side to us.
Unfortunately for the Cougars, that play is coming back. Looked like there might have been a hold on that play.
Well, to Godby's benefit a little bit there is, well, not much of a benefit. Actually, none at all. Well, yeah, it's 1 yard benefit to, well, no, about 3 yards benefit to Godby there that it's a spot foul.
So first and long now for the Cougars. Lazarus Chambers has 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. He's going to drop the ball off to Demire Bentley this time. Bentley able to get about 3 on that play. Bring up a second and long from that spot.
Let's see what they can come up with here on 2nd and 13.
4 receivers, 2 right, 2 left. Charles fakes the handoff, pressure up the middle, brought down for a big sack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Syrupmakers in the backfield. Jailbreak. Huge loss there. Going to bring up 3rd and
24.
Quite a bit. Look at this. Cougars offensive line couldn't do a thing on that play. So Damari Wooden and a host of Syrupmakers able to get back there, and Lazarus Chambers brought down for the sack. So 3rd down and very long.
Timeout, Godby.
Timeout called by Godby to get things sorted out. We'll go ahead and take a break as well. 5:54 to go in your first quarter. Your score, Cairo 7, Godby 0. It's the Barron O'Hegan Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Check out some of the smiling faces on our Liberty Dental Plan Smile Cam, making members smile one smile at a time with the Liberty Dental Plan. Very happy cheerleaders down there. 3rd and 24 being faced by their Cougars. Demario Jones and Emmanuel Francis have on their playbook for plays of 3rd and 24. Demaric Bentley's going to take the handoff. Nice game, but still well short of the 1st down.
Draw play. It's a safe call in that situation. You don't have a whole lot of plays in your playbook for 3rd and 24, so you're faced there. Do you try to go for the 24 yards is a chunk, so do you try to draw up something that's going to get a guy past the markers? But in that case, as we saw on the play previous, if you don't hold them out there, protect the quarterback there, you're going to ask your punter to be punting from the end zone in that situation. So they run the draw, good gain, and gives them a little better shot at getting Cairo back into their own territory.
Jalen Roquet picks up the ball, very low snap, and not able to get the punt off. Is swarmed and brought down right about the 30-yard line. So
you give yourself a better chance when you get the snap back to the punter. And Roquet did a good job there, not turning that into a much worse play for Godby. And he makes the right decision there. He's not going to be able to get that one off without getting it blocked. So just take it in, try to run it, hang on to the football, and don't make it worse than it already is. It's very good decision making there by the punter. And now Godby having trouble getting enough guys on the field again.
So Jadaric G. Simmons will come out with the offense. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the right, back in the backfield. G. Simmons looking downfield. He's got a receiver in the end zone, and incomplete. Nice coverage there by LaWarren Chambers. One stride for stride with Amari Powell. Amari Powell, big wide receiver, got some speed.
And productive, too. In that case, Simmons put that ball in a good spot to give his receiver a chance to catch it, and he just couldn't make the play on it. I like that coming out on 1st down, taking a shot to the end zone there.
Handoff to Baker in motion. Baker gets around the right side to the 20 and down to about the 18-yard line.
It's going to be enough for the 1st down. So they'll move the chains on that one.
Corey Baker, outstanding track athlete.
Yeah, he's not a big guy, but obviously you can see there he can really scoot. And on that jet sweep, when he gets around the corner, he's tough to. It's tough to keep him in negative yardage because of that speed.
G. Simmons with a pass complete about 4 yards downfield, brought down right as soon as he catches the ball.
Back to a hitch there.
Tristan Harvey on the reception.
Take your steps, turn around, timing play, football's there. Short gain, but it's a gain nonetheless.
2nd and 7, ball just outside the 15-yard line. Of course, we're into the Esposito Lawn and Garden Center red zone.
You notice who's back in the game now in the backfield here.
Spence.
Spence is
your key player of the game for Cairo. Offside call there on Godby. So another water break, 3:55 to go.
Well, so going back to what you talked about when we first started this game, you've got a team that's played 3 games, a team that's played 1. Godby last week was supposed to play Madison. That game canceled because of the hurricane, because of Vidalia coming through and the damage that it did to Madison. And certainly we all are thinking about the folks in Madison there and all the damage there and thinking about all those people. But so Godby right now looks like a team that hasn't really played a lot of games. They're having substitution issues. They're jumping off sides, and a lot of that stuff is stuff that you can only square away by playing football games. You can run drills to practice subbing in and out, but there's still nothing like recreating. You can't recreate that in practice. You can practice it. It's just totally different when you actually get out into the game and you have to do those kind of things for real. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why we're seeing some of those mistakes. They played one game, had a week off, and now they're playing their second game of the year.
The 2nd and 2 from the 9-yard line. G. Simmons takes the snap, hands it off to Spence. Spence gets through the line, falls forward for another first down for the Cairo Syrupmakers. That's Anderson and Hart first down. Their second Anderson and Hart first down of this drive. Brings up a 1st and goal. Right about the 7-yard line, we'll call it. Spence in the backfield next to G. Simmons. Spence will take the ball and be met by a 1-2-3 Cougars in the backfield. So going to be a loss of a couple yards there. Big play by this Cougars defense.
Yeah, you had for Godby, Jalen Roque, and I believe it was Cameron Hoyt getting back into the backfield, getting that penetration, blowing that play up.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And Amari Jones as well. He was actually the first one back there and the guy who made first contact with Spence.
Ball now back to the 10-yard line. 2nd and goal from there. Got a big set in the backfield. Spence will take the snap. And gets out to about the 5-yard line. Be 3rd and goal from there. Spence will check out. He's a good look. Takes the shotgun snap.
Started to, and then he might have been going over to get the play call from the bench. He started to run over towards the bench, got to the hash, and stopped. And now he's back in the huddle, so it looks like he's going to stay in that.
I think he was heading to the sideline, and someone said, "Hey, you're Eric Llewellyn's key player of the game. You get back on the field." 3rd and 5, mister. So Spence takes that shotgun snap. Will follow his blockers to the left. Godby does a great job of diagnosing that play, stopping him at a gain of about a yard. 4th and goal from that spot.
Again, penetration in there, as that time it was Everett Valcourt who came in there, penetrated, blew that play up in the backfield. Yeah, there you see Valcourt. He didn't make the tackle. And actually, it was Camarion Bush who ended up making the tackle, but it was certainly number 47, Valcourt, who was key to stopping that one.
So that field goal attempt is up and good. Brings it to the score now. Cairo 10, Godby 0. Minute and 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. That's Andrew Rojas Pereira on that field goal, the 2nd field goal of the season. He's got an interesting story. I think Emily will be talking about that a little bit later in the game. So Rojas Pereira will be getting ready for another awards for you kickoff, the 3rd of the game so far for Cairo. Nice job there by Godby, though. They fought hard. They came up with some big plays in the Cairo backfield to force that field goal attempt. Here's the awards for you kickoff. It's going to be short and to the left. Caught about the 20-yard line, 20, 25, 30, and out of bounds at the 31. That's where the Cougars will start their 3rd drive of the game from that spot.
Well, again, going back to the key, that Cairo offensive line, what can Godby's defense do against them? Cairo's first drive, offensive line held up, did a great job. They took it down, scored the touchdown. This time they get the ball down in good field position to start because of the turnover on downs after the bad snap on the punt. But this time it was a much better job by Godby's defensive front of, again, creating that havoc and getting into the backfield and blowing plays up.
So Lazarus Chambers takes the handoff, hands off to Demyrick Bentley. Bentley tries to make a defender miss and not able to get any progress. They're actually going to lose about 2 yards on that play.
And again, there's penetration, and when you can get through that offensive line, get into the backfield, and not give those backs a chance to even get to a hole. And as Ben pointing to the screen as to who was leading the charge there.
Keshen Spence here.
Keshen Spence.
Key player of the game. You didn't mention him on defense, though.
I did. I said he'd be out on the field making tackles all over the field.
Okay, but I was thinking focusing offense because you brought up the touchdowns and things like that. So.
That's one of the reasons I took him as such a key is because he's making those plays everywhere.
I guess I should start listening to you when we do our stand-ups at the start. I'm sorry. I'm too busy thinking, what am I going to have for dinner when we're done with this game? I'll go to walk on.
See, I thought you were going to say you were too busy formulating your next thought and your next question.
So quick pass there completed for a couple yards downfield. It'll be 3rd and 8. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. From Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, your score, Cairo 10, Godby 0. Come on back to the second quarter. See some more action on the Bear No Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium, Tallahassee, Florida. Let's go ahead and send it down to Emily Peters. She's going to give us a little more information about Cairo's kicker. Emily.
An extra point and a field goal for him. And this is Cairo's 4th game of the season. Guys, this is his 4th football game in his entire life. He moved over here from Costa Rica. He doesn't speak any English. He is learning. He knows a little bit now, but for the most part, he really doesn't know much. He came over in the spring, and he joined the soccer team at Cairo High School, and he made an immediate impact. They were incredibly impressed. So the football staff said, hey, why don't you come over here and let's show you a football. So his first kickoff, he kicked it all the way to the back of the end zone. So they said, you got the job, kid.
Thank you, Emily. Yep, that's Andred Rojas Pereira. A heck of a job so far in the 4 games he's played in his career. Lazarus Chambers gets some big pressure in the backfield, able to get the pass off. Falls incomplete, but avoided the sack.
Yeah, he's trying to avoid the sack there and almost threw an interception while doing so. He's got to be careful when he does that. Make sure if he's just going to throw it away as he's going down to the turf, throw it somewhere where there is not a defender.
That'll bring up 4th down. The punt crew comes out. Jalen Roque and keep saying the dangerous Corey Baker back to return this punt. He showed us his speed quite a bit on offense so far.
Looks like Cairo's coming for the block.
High snap over Roque's head, heading toward the end zone. Roque dives on the ball, and it's really not going to matter who gets on the ball. Cairo looks like they're going to come up with it. They're going to get the ball 1st and goal about the 2-yard line.
Well, we saw a low snap last time. This time it's over the head of the punter, Roque, and he didn't have a shot at while he fielded the low snap and was able to at least keep it from getting by him and turning back. This time he had no shot at it, and it rolls all the way down to like you said, down inside the 5, ends up around the 2-yard line. And you mentioned it there. You see a scramble for the ball, people trying to recover it. It doesn't, in that case, doesn't really matter in a scrum on the ground for the ball who's coming up with it, because it's going to be Cairo's ball anyway.
Just want to down it before it goes in the end zone. Yeah. So Cairo will start things off immediately into the Esposito Lawn and Garden Center red zone.
Looks like they spotted it at the 3.
Direct snap. Let's see, going to be short. And then motion touchdown. Brian Duncan on the direct snap run. About a 4-yard touchdown there.
So This time they stayed with that strategy, just used a different player by running that Wildcat. This time it was Brian Duncan instead of Keshen Spence. Still a good outcome for Cairo, and he just trucked a Godby player on his way across the goal line there.
That play good for another Weston Trawick touchdown. Weston Trawick building, connecting, powering 24/7. Extra point up and good. Your score, Cairo 17, Godby 0. 11:44 to go in this second quarter. So once again, Godby's issues on special teams, particularly the punt game, resulting in some very good field position for Cairo to do some damage with.
Well, and you've got 10 points now for Cairo directly off of bad snaps by that Godby punting unit, and that's something that it's really, really hard to get that fixed mid-game, but they're going to have to figure that one out. The problem is you don't have a lot of guys who can do that. That's such a specialized talent, long snapping. So when it goes wrong, it's not like you just have 3, 4, 5 other guys who can do that. You don't typically have that. So when it goes wrong, it's something you've got to be able to figure out with the guy you're doing it with in most cases and get that fixed with him rather than just going to somebody else.
Now, I know you did kicking at times. Did you ever do any kind of
No,
snapping?
I could never get that. It's something to do that two-handed, and the motion you have to do. It was not a skill I had, and I wasn't able to do it.
And here's the awards for you. Kickoff awards for you. Encourage, recognize, celebrate. Fielded about the 13, out to the 40 now, 45, and right about midfield. Heck of a job there, Jalen Allen.
Well, we almost got to see Rojas Pereira try to see if he could tackle. He was the last one there right before Allen ran out of bounds.
Not his best kickoff. That was a line drive right to Allen. Allen able to do some damage with it.
I think this is a really important drive for Godby here after those special teams miscues and giving up those 10 points off of the mistakes to get a good special teams play and get them in good field position. Now they really need to cash in on that.
So Lazarus Chambers with Demyrick Bentley in the backfield. 4 wide receivers for the Cougars. Chambers with a quick pass. It is caught, completed out to the 39-yard line.
Tylen Vickers, the receiver on that. Good job, just a ball that you get out of the quarterback's hands quickly and into the receiver's hands.
Quick play. Bentley able to get past the line of scrimmage. So they were able to achieve the Barber's best termite and pest first down.
I think that's one where they try to line up real quick and catch Cairo off guard, but Cairo did a good job adjusting.
So that was first down, gained a yard. So 2nd and 9. Ball's going to be spotted at the Cairo 38-yard line. Chambers looking downfield, sees a receiver, hits receiver, and receiver not able to keep his feet. Could have got a few more yards there, but it's going to be short. The first down by about 4 yards there.
That's a really, really tough throw, and I loved the way he let that one fly, got it to the outside shoulder, the only place you can really throw that pass, and I thought it was perfectly placed. And Zylan Martin did a good job hauling it in, just lost his footing there. Chambers really showing the arm strength to make that throw.
3rd and 4 from the Syrupmakers 34-yard line. Chambers looking for a quick pass, able to complete it to Vickers. Vickers still on his feet to the 20, down to the 17-yard line goes Tylen Vickers.
I think they got him by his undershirt. Back to the hitch there again, and a good job placing that ball by Chambers, and a nice job running after the catch by Vickers to break that initial, actually 2 tackles. And there's the grab on the undershirt.
Ball placed inside the Esposito Lawn and Garden Center red zone. Esposito is the area's most progressive garden center. First down Demyrick Bentley takes the handoff. Nothing doing there. Cairo coming up big there on the stop. I'll mark that loss of about a yard. Or I'm sorry, gain of a yard. Awkward angle. Okay. So 2nd and 9. 4 receivers, 1 back for the Cougars. Chambers looking to Bentley in the backfield. Bentley's going to catch the ball, get out to about the 12-yard line.
Tell you what, Chambers, he's only a 10th grader. I'm pretty impressed with what we're seeing out of him as far as when he gets in the pocket and has time and the way he can unleash that ball. I think he's definitely a kid to keep an eye on here over the next couple of years.
Yeah, he's got a lot of dangerous weapons on this team that are all youngsters. They're gonna mature and grow with him. So a lot of excitement off of Tharp Street about this program. So 3rd and 5 for the Cougars. Ball about the 11-yard line. Timeout going to be called by Godby. You want to talk things over on this big 3rd down. We'll take a timeout as well. 8:18 to go in the 2nd quarter. Your score, Cairo 17, Godby 0. On the Bear No Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro.
Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. The Godby Cougars are taking the field. And guys, you mentioned their quarterback, their young quarterback in Laveris Chambers. And I spoke with their head coach, Jones, about him earlier this week. And he said, you think about high schoolers and how important their social life is to them. Laveris comes and meets with me every Monday and every Tuesday during his lunch period. And we watch film. We go over the game plan for the week. And he's really impressing me because I'll quiz him on things like what read he has on a play and what we're looking for, and he is just really improving a lot.
Thank you, Emily. We've definitely seen some good plays out of him tonight. 3rd and 5. Chambers looking into the end zone for Vickers. Oh, just not able to make the connection.
Ball was just a little bit too far out in front of Talon Vickers there.
Vickers did a great job of getting himself in position for a pass to be delivered away from the defender.
Yeah, just a little bit too far out in front, maybe fronting to the left as you're looking at the end zone there.
So 4th and 5 for the Cougars from the Cairo 12-yard line.
And I think this is the right call. You're down 17. You want to see if you can get a first down and get something into the end zone here.
Laveris Chambers takes the snap. Looking left, avoiding the pass rushers, got nobody open. Gonna keep. Oh, the ball comes out, and we'll have a turnover there. One of those plays again. It doesn't really matter who recovers there. It's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, he got a little bit and good coverage downfield by Cairo in that situation, and that was what led to that. Chambers couldn't find anybody to throw to, and then he got a little careless with the football.
Stay tuned for the Tallahassee Roofing halftime report. We'll have this week's Werner Hyundai and Werner Kia Scholar athletes. Werner Hyundai and Werner Kia, the best way to buy a car is the Werner way. We'll also talk with tonight's participating school administrators, plus Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country. All coming up in the Tallahassee Roofing halftime report. Tallahassee Roofing, we have you covered from the capital to the coast. 1st and 10 for the Syrupmakers. Handoff up the middle. Duncan gets ahead about 6 yards on the carry. Ball placed right about the 20-yard line. 2nd down from there. G. Simmons hands the ball to Duncan again. Duncan gets through the line of scrimmage. Gains a couple yards before he's stop by the Cougars. Third down from there, 3rd and 2.
Well, we've seen a couple offsides penalties on Godby tonight, and that time Cairo tried to draw him offsides. Good job by Godby holding and not getting drawn offsides there. And then they do a good job again plugging up the holes and keeping that to a short gain.
3rd and 2, 4 receivers in the game for the Syrupmakers. G. Simmons will hand the ball off. Got a flag down. Duncan, the carrier, gets past.
I think that's going
right about where he needs for the first down, but
that's going to be a hold on Cairo. You had Roque had a good shot at getting the tackle there, but just couldn't get a hand on him, and I think he was being held, and that's why he couldn't get a hand on the Cairo runner.
And that is confirmed by the official. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of that foul.
Well, we really didn't need them to confirm it. I already made the call up here, so it's kind of all we needed, right?
I did see him look up here and acknowledge that he was read what you were doing. Yep.
Little
high sign. Yep. Marching off the penalty now. The ball's going to be placed. Where's the drama? Where are you going to put it? 18-yard line. 3rd and 12. This will be a big stop if Godby is able to force a 3 and out here. Down 17-0. Trips right. G. Simmons runs to the right, looking downfield, sees the receiver, hits the receiver. First down, Syrupmakers.
Yeah, they just got a little soft coverage there on that side, and Simmons was able to find the open receiver and throws a little low. The receiver did a great job of going down for that one.
Yep, that's
you're past the marker. You care more about making the catch than you do about running. That's your goal. Make the first down. You're past the marker. You don't have to worry about it. Make sure you make that catch.
Amari Powell's reception sets up a Barber's best termite and pest first down. G. Simmons, dangerous play. Simmons about to be brought down, fires the ball to the backfield to Spence. Spence able to get a couple yards, but whew.
Well, I'll tell you what, Spence did a good job just to turn that into a positive play and not get trapped behind the line of scrimmage there. But yeah, that's one that, again, coaches are probably going to say, hey, don't do that again.
Right. Something they want to see again is the replay of the first down.
Here's the catch. Good job going down and making that catch. Get down, get the arms under the football, keep it off the turf. Excellent job there.
Amari Powell's being looked out by a lot of Division I colleges to play at the next level. Spence takes the ball, gets downfield, going to bring a 3rd down, maybe 4 yards to go from there.
Good job running downhill there. And again, Spence is going to be more of a downhill runner. He's going to be more of a run you over than try to run around you kind of guy. Gets him into a 3rd and short. And you get into those 3rd and short situations, there's so much you can do in your playbook.
Spence with the handoff brought down just past the marker, so it should be another first down for the Syrupmakers.
So that was a 3-play first down by Spence in that particular sequence. Although one of those wasn't supposed to go to him. The last-second lateral to avoid the sack. Looks like we've got a timeout.
All right, we'll take a water break ourselves. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Your score, Cairo 17, Godby 0. Come on back. We'll finish out the second quarter when we come back. Check out some of the smiling faces on our Liberty Dental Plan Smile Cam, making members smile one smile at a time with Liberty Dental Plan. Love seeing spirited folks out there with the smiles on and a pretty good charge on the cam.
Well,
always good to see. Coach David Coleman there. His second season as the head coach of the Syrupmakers.
are you saying that properly, Ben?
Syrupmakers.
Okay, I just wanted to check and make sure.
1st and 10 for Cairo from their own 38-yard line. Spence on his feet, gets to the other side of the field. Wow, what an effort.
Great change of direction there by Spence. Make something out of nothing on that play. Turned a potential no gain or short gain into a huge gain.
Get a look at it right here. Cuts back, gets to the other side.
Shake a couple of tackles in the process.
Play good for another Barber's Best Termite and Pest first down. Ball now placed just outside of the Cougars' 31-yard line. G. Simmons looking to his left, hits Powell. Powell got a lot of room to get downfield and just short of the end zone. Penalty flag on the field. It's
Simmons is slow getting up after that one as well.
Great look here at Powell making a play in space.
Ends up being a roughing call on Godby. Simmons is going to come out in the goal line situation here, so he'll get a chance to, looks like he's favoring, well, one of his legs.
So the big play brings the ball about the 2-yard line inside the Esposito lawn and Garden Center red zone.
Looks like it's going to be Keishan Spence again in the Wildcat. And I don't know that there's a whole lot of trickery here. He's going to line up and take it, and they're going to get an offsides on Godby first. It's Kamarian Bush who tried to time that snap, but I do think Cairo's done a good job of changing up their snap counts.
I think the Cougars a little bum-fuzzled on those. They have jumped offside a number of times already tonight. First and goal from the 1. Spence into the end zone for another Weston Trawick touchdown. Eric Llewellyn looking very satisfied from the booth.
Well, and in this situation here, Godby knows, they know what he's going to do. They know he's going to keep it. They don't know which way he's going. So that's still one of the things, and everybody says, well, yeah, you know that guy's going to keep the ball. You do, but you still have two advantages, when and where, as the offense. You have those two advantages, and that's something that Spence does a good job of reading the blocking in front of him and using that on those plays, and it's going to be another offsides penalty on Godby here. Outside guy coming in to try to block it, got a little overeager.
So they'll move it a little bit closer for Andrew Rojas Pereira's extra point attempt. High snap. Holder going to be brought down. So we'll keep the score at Cairo 23, Godby 0.
I almost in that case, you get the ball that close after the penalty, line up in that Wildcat again and go for 2.
Good point. Good job by Bryce Wilson, able to contain that high snap. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Barano Heating and Air's player of the game. Barano Heating and Air, we will always be there for you.
Well,
anything can happen, Eric. Don't just assume it's going to be your guy.
Look, right now he's got a pretty good lead on things with 2 of the 3 touchdowns for Cairo tonight.
Making some plays on defense too.
On defense. And that whole last drive was, most of it was him.
Yep. So Rojas Pereira will come out for the Awards for You kickoff. Awards for You: encourage, recognize, and celebrate. Fielded at the 25 to the 35, out to the 40, 45, and just shy of midfield is Tylen Vickers. I beg your pardon, Demyrick Bentley. I'm having trouble with the 6 and 8 tonight. So Demyrick Bentley.
Get you an abacus. I don't know that really does a whole lot of good for identifying numbers on jerseys, but hey, it sounded good anyway.
We need an eye care center as a sponsor. That would help. So the Cougars will take over ball at their own 47-yard line. 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. See if they can get some points on the board before we get to the half. Case and Clark in motion. Chambers will throw the ball just a bit behind Zylan Martin, not able to make the connection. Second down. So this Cairo team only gave up 3 points last week against a pretty tough Thomasville Bulldogs team. Right now shutting out the Godby Cougars. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Chambers going to hand the ball off to Bentley. Bentley gets around some tacklers. Past midfield, going to fall down just a couple yards shy of the first down.
I tell you what, Cairo had that one sniffed out, but he did a fantastic job breaking tackles, broke 2 of those to turn that into a 8-yard gain and gets him into a 3rd and short.
We were talking about the young playmakers on this offense. He's one of them. He's a junior. Last season, 27 carries, 118 yards. Wasn't the starter, now the starter making big plays happen. Speaking of big plays, heading downfield just past Tylen Vickers. The fall incomplete, bring up a 4th down and 2.
Well, I think they've got to go for it here. You're down 23-0. 4th and 2, less than 2 minutes to go in the half. And really, if you, in your mind, if you're going forward there on 4th down, I really kind of like that 3rd down, taking a shot like that. You got 2 plays to make 2 yards.
Lazarus Chambers and
timeout.
Timeout going to be called by Godby. .151 to go in this second quarter.
But going back to what I was saying there, so you've got 3rd and 2. You're down 23-0. Ball's on the good side of the 50 for you. So if you know in your mind, hey, no matter what, we're going for it on 4th down here, take a shot downfield, try to take advantage of maybe finding your opponent expecting you to do something short yardage, and maybe you can hit on a big play there. And I think they had that one there. The ball was just overthrown a tad, and they really didn't miss that one by much. So I do like the plan there, the strategy.
Good look at this.
Now you just got to come back and get the 2 here.
No, look at the Cairo defense huddled up. And DeMario Jones and Manuel Francis with the Godby offense. And folks, stay tuned for the Tallahassee Roofing halftime report. We'll have this week's Werner Hyundai and Werner Kia Scholar athletes. Werner Hyundai and Werner Kia, the best way to buy a car is the Werner way. We'll also talk with tonight's participating school administrators, plus Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country. All coming up in the Tallahassee Roofing halftime report. Tallahassee Roofing, we have you covered from the capital to the coast. Why I'm having trouble saying Thursday tonight. So 4th and 2 for the Cougars.
You got the offsides, hard count.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Got him to jump. That's certainly one way to do it.
They'll march off 5. That offside's good for another Barber's best termite and pest first down. Ball placed just a few inches past the 40-yard line. Minute 48 to go in the second quarter. Chambers has got some time. Pump. Oh.
Lost the football.
Nope.
I think that one just slipped out of his hand.
I was thinking he was going to pump fake.
Well, it might have been what he was doing, too. He might have been on a pump fake there and just lost his grip on the football. Certainly have seen that happen before. Terry Bradshaw had a lot of trouble with that when he was...
He held the ball kind of different than most quarterbacks.
First year or two in the NFL, he had some issues with that.
So Chambers looking downfield. He's got some time. Just not able to make the completion. Trying to get it to Tylen Vickers again.
Yeah, I think that's miscommunication between Chambers and Vickers there. I think he was expecting to be in one spot and he was in a different one.
So 3rd and 10 for Godby. Ball at the Cairo 40-yard line. Chambers still good protection. Fires the ball downfield and not able to complete the ball.
Held on to that one a little bit too long. He's got to throw that one before the receiver because the receiver's coming down. He's making a break to the inside, to the middle of the field. He's got to throw that one before the break, and instead he threw it when the receiver was basically coming to a stop. Gives the defender time to jump in front of that one.
Yep, that was O.J. Teal who made the play on the ball.
He's got to get that one out a little quicker. Just a good look at it there. He's got to throw that one when the receiver's a little close for the hash, but still throw it to that location.
4th and 10. Bentley for a moment was lined up as a quarterback. Moves to the left, moves to the right. Chambers able to hit.
Flag. Nope, not a flag.
So trying to get to Tylen Vickers, hits him in the hands and not able to make the play. Going to fall incomplete, bring up a first down for the Cairo Syrupmakers.
There's a very light-colored football being thrown behind the fence past the 20-yard line, and it was up in the air. I thought it was a flag going up in the air. Yeah, you've got to come up with that one.
So the Syrupmakers defense gets the turnover on downs. They'll have the ball at their own 40-yard line. Still plenty of time for them to put some more points on the board before this half's over. Minute 23 to go.
Yeah, see, Simmons still looks a little gimpy. He's running over the hash to have a chat with the coach, and I'm not sure he's moving quite like he was at the beginning of the game after that late hit last time they had the ball. Get a good look at him there.
Kind of holding some things up here. Not sure what's going on.
David Coleman and the referee were having a chat over there by the sidelines.
It sounds like a word from the field as they were talking about the wristband that was that G. Simmons had. So Simmons feeling the pressure, going to try to hold on the ball. He does, going to keep it and get just a couple yards shy of midfield. Felt the pressure, took off, did a heck of a job.
Well, and I thought that one had a chance of coming out of his hand too. But he ended up hanging on to it and turning that into a positive play.
The Syrupmakers are going to go with pace here. 2nd and 3. G. Simmons looks for Powell, hits him, gets past midfield, and Moore going to get a first down. Going to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Another Barber's Best Termite and Pest first down for the Cairo Syrupmakers. Ball at the Godby 45-yard line. Oh, look at that. Going to be an interception. Get past midfield to the 40. Wow, that's just what Godby needed. Jalen Allen with an interception.
And that's just a poor throw right there. There wasn't really a receiver there by Allen. Well, no, there he is. He just underthrew it. Allen sat down right there on that route, and the ball was underthrown. And I'll tell you what, I thought for a moment there Allen had a shot at getting the pick 6. But now he turns it over. He's still got 40 seconds. Godby doesn't have any timeouts left, so they're going to have to keep an eye on that clock.
Jalen Allen, one of the leaders on this Godby defense, comes up big for them. We start things off now at the Cairo 36-yard line. Chambers rolls to his right, has some pressure, gets the ball off, hits the receiver and is caught, still on his feet.
Woo. Ball was underthrown, defender slipped and fell down. And then you had Jamarian Simmons adjusting and making the catch. That could be a big break for Godby.
Huge play, gets the ball inside the Esposito lawn and Garden Center red zone. Too quick to look at the replay. Chambers looking to the end zone, going to be incomplete.
Well, stop the clock at least.
And we'll go ahead and take a look at the previous play. Huge play for this Godby offense. Chambers takes a hit as he gets down.
Woo. See the defender slip and fall. That was
Marion Simmons coming up huge.
It's Brian Duncan who slipped on that one. And you saw Simmons throw the hand up in the air as Chambers was trying to get away from the rush, and Chambers, with a defender hanging off of him, threw that one up there and ended up working for Godby.
Chambers looking for someone in the end zone, hits him in, touchdown Cougars!
Zylan Martin hangs on to that one right at the goal line, and Godby's on the board.
Lazarus Chambers, heck of a job on putting this ball where it needs to be.
Yeah, good. Look, that's a perfectly thrown ball in that situation. Get it, throw it to the outside, hit him right in the hands, right at the goal line.
Weston Trawick touchdown for the Cougars, their first of the evening. Extra point is up and good. Just before the end of the first half, Godby able to put 7 points on the board.
I thought you were about to say Weston Trawick was kicking. I was going to say, what a coincidence.
And there it is. Definitely a morale booster for Godby to put some points on the board before they head into the half.
Yeah, that's a big score, especially after you give the ball up on downs, then you get the turnover. And
folks, don't forget, we will be here with you again next Friday evening. Going to be heading to Gadsden County. Florida High Seminoles taking on Gadsden County. Looking forward to that one. We've never been to that venue before, so always excited when we get to go to a new place.
And that should be a good matchup, too. It should be a really good game.
Florida High had a rough one last week, lost by a point to Ponte Vedra. Gadsden County with a big win last week. So Godby getting set up for the Awards for You kickoff. And a little dribbler down the middle of the field. Going to be down at the 44-yard line. That's where Cairo will start this drive. About 16 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, if you're Cairo, do you run something here, or do you just take a knee, take it to the locker room?
I'd say, why not, you know?
Well, they why-notted themselves into that interception on the last drive. So
that's true. So I'm saying why not? Because, you know, try to get that bad memory out of your head. And,
but are you saying why not take a knee, or why not run a play here? It looks like they're going to take a knee.
And my answer to that is yes. G. Simmons will take the snap and kneel down to end the first half.
A little shotgun version of the victory formation. But you do know where the victory formation came from, right? You know what it was the result of.
Oh, I know what yes, of course, the Joe Pisarcik. All right, well, let's go down to Emily Peters, and she's with Cairo head coach David Coleman.
Ben.
Go ahead, Emily.
Thank you, Ben. Coach Coleman, 23 points in the first half. How do you assess your team's performance?
I think we just need to come out and continue, be a little bit more consistent in the second half with the way that we play.
What's the message in the locker room?
Just consistency coming out in the second half.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ben.
All right. Thank you, Coach Coleman, and thank you, Emily. We'll go ahead and send it to break. When we come back, we will start up our Tallahassee Roofing halftime report. Your score: Cairo 23, Godby 7. Bear No Heating Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro.
Hi, I'm Denny, General Sales Manager of Warner Hyundai in Tallahassee. We are proud to be part of this community and pleased to announce the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This week's Scholar Athlete is Carlton James. Carlton has a 3.94 GPA and is a team captain of the Godby High School varsity football team. He is an AB honor roll student and volunteers at his church in his free time. Congratulations, Carlton.
I'm down here on the field with Michael Best from Cairo High School, and I think I'm going to ask the question that's on everybody's mind. What is a syrup maker?
Well, we really can't tell anybody. It's a secret. No, we were the home of a big syrup making plant, a cane syrup and pickles, the Roddenberry Company. And many years ago, we changed our name from the Tigers to the Syrupmakers back in the 20s. And it's the most unique mascot in all the nation. ESPN and Sports Illustrated named the most unique high school mascot in the nation. So we're very proud.
So let's talk about the leader of the syrup makers, Coach Coleman. Tell me about his journey to becoming the head coach.
Coach Coleman graduated from Cairo, played for Cairo, came back and coached at Cairo, and then last year, about the middle of June, our current coach retired, and he took over kind of right in the middle of June and put a staff together that basically was on the staff, and it's a lot of Cairo graduates that played here as well. And last year, in his first year, he went 8-4, made the second round of the playoffs, and it was the 20th year that Cairo qualified for the playoffs. So we had a great year. This year, he's off to a great start. We lost to a very good Thomas County football team who's beating everybody right now, and we beat Thomasville, our other rival, this last Friday night.
And now you probably couldn't have all that success without the band, so let's talk about them.
The Syrupmaker Band is many years of excellence in band performances, superior ratings in band performances. The band is one of the big attractions in Cairo. 250, 260 kids. It's a great band, almost like a college band. And a lot of kids who are now adults came through that band program at Cairo. We're very proud of our band.
Now, let's just real quickly rattle off some of those famous people, some of those adults that came from Cairo.
We're very lucky to have a lot of famous people. Bill Stanfield, that played for the Miami Dolphins, is from Cairo. The big toe from Cairo, Bobby Walden, played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's from Cairo. Teresa Edwards, who is one of the greatest female athletes in the world, 4 gold medals in basketball. She's from Cairo. And then Mickey Thomas, who lead singer for Starship, he's from Cairo. Willie C. Harris, he played for the Chicago Cubs. He's from Cairo. J.J. Wilcox played in the NFL, and a lot more. We're very fortunate.
You could just go on and on. I'm sorry to stop you, but sounds very impressive, and we are very excited to watch the second half of the game, so thank you.
Thank you for showing our games. We appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Paul Marmon, General Manager of Warner Kia of Tallahassee, and we are proud to be part of this community. It'll be our great pleasure to announce this week's Scholar Athlete.
This week's Scholar Athlete is Cade Puckett. Cade has a 3.56 GPA and is a member of the varsity football and baseball teams. He is an honor roll student, member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and volunteers to read for elementary classes. Congratulations, Cade. I'm down here on the field with Athletic Director of Godby High School, Teresa Gunter, and it's football season. We're back finally, and you guys had a very special first game of the year. Tell me about it.
Of course we did. We were so excited to open up on our brand new turf fields. It was wonderful for not only our school and our athletes, but our community was so excited to be there. And so we didn't win our preseason, but the very first opener of the season, we won. And so the kids were excited and they were ready to go. Unfortunately, we're not here tonight. We're here at Cox Stadium, but it's okay because we'll be back there for our next game, and so we're excited about it.
Well, that's quite the way to break it in. Now let's talk about these players. Coach Jones is in his second year, and he's really established a very special culture at Godby.
Of course. Coach Jones came in and said, hey, look, I want to change the culture of Godby football because we were slacking a little bit, I have to say. We're known to be that football school, and unfortunately, you know, we're going through a rebuilding. And he was man enough, coach enough to come in and say, I want to take this task on. And that's what he has done. And over a year, I have seen a tremendous change in the culture, not just on the football field or in practice, but in the school. You know, these students are now in their classrooms, and they're like top of the line athletes, student athletes, and we're just so proud of them. So kudos to Coach Jones in his second year.
Yep, he told me now it's cool to be a Cougar, and I love that. So congratulations on the new turf, and I wish you guys the best of luck for this season.
Of course, and you can't hide that Cougar pride.
Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium, Tallahassee, Florida. Ben Cinco, Eric Llewellyn, Emily Peters calling the action for you tonight. Just about to come out of halftime. Cairo up 23-7. Godby will be kicking off to the Syrupmakers.
Godby tried to squib one or maybe a little onside there after their touchdown before the end of the half. And it looks like Cairo's kind of keeping an eye on that here to see if they try to do it again.
Here's the awards for you. Kickoff awards for you. Encourage, recognize, celebrate. Kick fielded at the 15. Corey Brown. Now just past the 30-yard line. A penalty flag comes out.
It's going to be an illegal block on Cairo, or a hold.
All right, let's go ahead and get some comments from Emily Peters and Coach Demario Jones from Godby. Go ahead, Emily.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. I had a chance to catch up with Coach Jones just before the start of the half, and he said, you know, I think we've done just about anything that we can do to lose a ball game. We've made mistakes. We're just not clicking, and right now we need to come together as a team. You look at Cairo, and they're on their fourth game. This is only our second game, so I think maybe some rust could be creeping in as well right now that we're shaking off, but we're going to be tested right now to see how well, as players and coaches, we can come together as a team, face this adversity, and come out on the other end of this half stronger.
All right, thank you, Emily. Yeah, Eric, just like what you talked about earlier, there's definitely some rust on this team, and eliminate some of these mistakes. They'll be have much more success. So first down, G. Simmons is going to be brought down for just behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, again, it comes down to there's only so much you can get done in practice, only so much you can accomplish in practice. At some point, you need to have the game experience to get better and to improve. And I tend to agree with what Coach said there.
Brian Duncan on the carry, going to be a loss of about a yard. Second down and 11. Ball spotted about the 15-yard line. Simmons fakes the handoff, rolls right, looking for a receiver. He
dropped it.
Hits the receiver, but the ball gets dropped. That was Corey Baker, not able to make the reception. Would have been right at the first down marker, too.
Got him right in the hands there, too, and Baker just couldn't haul it in. And Baker knows that he's kicking himself going back to the huddle there.
So 3rd and 11 for the Syrupmakers, their first drive of the second half. Derek G. Simmons tries to hit the running back out of the backfield, not able to make the connection, going to get dropped in a 4th down.
Too far out in front of Spence there. That's a good defensive series by Godby coming out of the locker room. You get that touchdown right before the half, you come out, get a 3-and-out on defense, and hand the ball back to your offense in what should be very good field position.
Case and Clark back deep for the Cougars to return this punt. Clark going to field the ball right at, oh, went off his hands, I believe. They're going to call that a fumble. Can't return it. So it'll be Cairo's ball. They're going to call that at the Godby 31-yard line.
Yeah, there was a marker thrown down there, which would be indicative of the official believing that it did go off the hands of the punt returner.
Case and Clark. Let's get a look. He dives, the ball goes between his hands and gets past him. Doesn't look like it touched.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. And so the official is going to call that a fumble, even though it doesn't show. No challenges in high school football, folks.
So that's a break that goes Cairo's way. And now Godby head coach Demario Jones wants to have a chat with the referee. And he had a pretty good view on that, too, from where he was. I think Demario Jones is arguing if it would have hit him, it wouldn't have bounced as far as it did.
Well, this Saturday at 6:30, the Cincinnati Bearcats take on the Pittsburgh Panthers in ACC action only on the CW Tallahassee. Catch ACC college football every Saturday all season long on the CW Tallahassee.
Well, that can take some wind out of the sails of Godby there.
So 1st and 10 for Derek G. Simmons and the Cairo Syrupmakers. Simmons fakes the handoff, has a receiver, hits the receiver into the end zone. Touchdown, Cairo. 31 yards to strike. Simmons to Malik Williams.
Cairo really driving the knife in right there. Getting the big play and the touchdown on the first play after what, by our replay, appeared to be a missed call down on the field by these officials.
Extra point is up. And good, your score. Cairo 30, Godby 7.
Now, if you're Demario Jones, you're going to be keeping an eye on your team, watching body language, watching how they react, seeing if they pack it up or if they keep going after it here.
During the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the Barano Heating and Air play of the game. Barano Heating and Air, we will always be there for you. So big play for Cairo. Their first, I guess we call it their second drive of the second half.
Yeah.
G. Simmons.
One play drive.
Malik Williams, 31 yards. Results in the Weston Trawick touchdown. Line up for the awards for you kickoff. Andrew Rojas Pereira. Fielded. Vickers. Out the midfield. Rojas Pereira tries to make the tackle. Vickers bounced off, was brought down just a couple yards past him, but heck of a job by Tylen Vickers to get the ball into Syrupmakers territory.
I like Vickers on that one. He started to cut to the left. He had one guy there, and rather than try to make a move, cut outside, maybe run backwards to try to get around a guy, he just lowered the shoulder and ran him over. And then did the same to another coverage guy for Cairo after that.
Tylen Vickers, only a sophomore. The most dangerous weapons on this Cougars offense. Chambers hits the receiver right at the first down marker.
Speaking of Vickers.
Yep. So 10-yard reception. Going to bring up an Anderson and Hart first down. Anderson and Hart, because you matter.
Vickers looks to be in a little bit of discomfort after that play, but he's going to stay in the game. He did a good job hanging on to that football, too, after the catch. He had two defenders on him trying to strip it, and I think the ball kind of bobbled a little bit in there, but he was able to keep a handle on it.
Handoff to Bentley. He's about a yard. Godby's first game, the Myrick Bentley, 154 rushing yards and a touchdown. Hasn't been able to have too many carries tonight. Seen glimpses of his ability. Chambers. Oh, off the intended receiver's hands.
Just a touch off the mark there.
You mentioned earlier Chambers is only a sophomore too, but he doesn't look like he's incapable of running an offense.
No,
I mean, he's got a nice arm. He's got the athleticism.
I definitely think this is a kid to keep an eye on over the next couple of years.
3rd and 8 for the Cougars. Chambers trying to get it to Zaylen Martin. Caught a touchdown earlier in the game.
Just a little too much on that one. We've seen some overthrows by him, but again, you know, this is a 10th grader who just really appears to have all the tools you need.
And he didn't. We heard a lot about how impressive Godby's 7-on-7 team was in the spring and into the summer. They did great, but he wasn't even their quarterback on that 7-on-7 team. So 4th down. Chambers feeling the rush. Ball comes out. And another turnover.
And that's the second time we've seen him. Well, really the 3rd time we've seen him lose the football. One of them was on a pass where the ball came out of his hand. The second time, though, we've seen him fumble the ball under pressure, and that's something obviously they're going to have to work on with him.
All right, we'll go ahead and send it to break. Your score, Cairo 30, Godby 7. Check out some of the smiling faces on our Liberty Dental Smile Cam, making members smile one smile at a time with Liberty Dental Plan. So both teams still in their huddles, get ready to start things off. 8:57 to go in the 3rd quarter of this contest. Cairo leading the Cougars 30-7. Syrupmakers will take over. Just a bit shy of midfield. Simmons gonna keep the ball, get just past midfield, maybe a yard past it. That's once again your Derek G. Simmons. Jalen Roque with the tackle. 2nd and 6.
Five on the play clock.
Jimmy Simmons makes a connection to Drew Owens, his first catch on the evening.
Only about 2 yards on that one. Cairo will probably be just fine with slowing the pace of play down here. 23-point lead. Run some clock if they can, even though you've got more than a quarter and a half to play. Now it's Keshen Spence in at quarterback, 3rd and 4.
Spence gets around the outside, going to get a first down and more. Out to the 25, to the 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Keshen Spence.
Or they'd be okay with scoring a touchdown there and not running clock.
Well, some time did elapse as he was running down. Not a lot. He's quick.
I mean, they were obviously not in a hurry there, but that time they just, again, left it up to him to find a hole, and he found it, broke a couple of tackles, and turned it into a big touchdown.
About a 47-yard run. Weston Trawick touchdown. Weston Trawick building, connecting, powering 24/7.
So he's doubled his touchdown total for the season here tonight. Had 3 for the season, 3 here tonight for Spence.
Extra point is up and good. All right, you know what? We saw some offense there. We've seen a lot of offense, but let's look at a highlight package of what this Cairo Syrupmakers defense has done tonight. Going after Lazarus Chambers in the backfield. Demyrick Bentley getting bottled up.
There's Spence on that one too. Making a defensive play to go along with those 3 touchdowns.
More pressure results in the fumble.
Getting a hand on the football, knocking it loose.
More pressure on Lazarus Chambers.
And again, that time lost his footing, and they got another hand on the ball and knocked it loose and led to a touchdown.
Syrupmakers doing it on both sides of the ball tonight, resulting right now in a 37-7 lead over Godby. Kicking team trotting out on the field now. And here's the awards for you kickoff. End over end, going to be fielded right at the 16-yard line. Nice job by the Syrupmakers.
Good coverage that time by Cairo.
Looks Devon Thornton on that tackle. So the Cougars will take over at their own 23-yard line. Michael Best was talking to us earlier, talking about some famous alums. Some of these players, I think, were a little before my time, Eric. That it should be right down the line for you. But Bill Stanfield.
Are you saying I'm old?
I'm just saying. I know I've read things about some of these guys. Bill Stanfield, Miami Dolphins.
Oh yeah, from the undefeated team.
Yeah. And here's one I really like. I like Bobby Walden. They call him the toe from Cairo. There's a punter on a couple of Super Bowl champion winners for the Pittsburgh Steelers. First down play going deep downfield, going to be incomplete.
A little overthrown again.
Another one, David Ponder. Did you know he was from Cairo?
I did not. Christian's dad. Yeah, FSU defensive lineman and father of former Seminole quarterback Christian Ponder.
That's right. From Cairo.
David lives out in Texas. A little bit before me. He was an early 80s guy. for Coach Bowden at FSU.
2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Chambers going to keep the ball, but the
yeah, Cairo jumped the pitch there, and that opened a hole up wide for Chambers, and it almost looked like he was surprised that that hole was there, but he jumped in it and got about 4 yards on the play. Cairo was able to fill that quickly, though, force him out of bounds.
Four receivers, one back for Godby. Lazarus Chambers feeling the rush, going to hold onto the ball, take it himself, and going to get a first down. Flag in at the end of the play. I think there was a little contact out of bounds after the...
Yeah, he was on the white. Made contact with him, so that's going to probably tack 15 on to the end of that run, which got him a first down anyway.
And there's the indication from the official that confirms what you say there. We'll get a good replay there. Lazarus Chambers getting to the white, and yep. There's the contact.
Yeah, I think they called that on 10. At first I was like, really? They called that? And then you see 10 kind of come in there after the fact, and that's who they called it on.
So the Anderson and Hart first down puts the ball at the Cairo 42-yard line. That's where Godby will start this drive for this down here. Chambers fakes the pitch, going to keep the ball, gets past the 40-yard line, is brought down right there.
Got 2 on that. Well, you've moved it into the other team's territory, using the legs of Lazarus Chambers. So it's like Emmanuel Francis, the offensive coordinator. See if he wants to stick with that here.
Chambers, screen pass to Bentley. Bentley switches fields, gets to the 30, and bowls over the defender at the 25-yard line. Big first down for Godby.
That's a great job by Bentley, taking that screen, like you said, reversing fields, finding open turf, getting a nice gain out of that, and then a little lower the shoulder and run somebody over at the end of it.
That play puts the ball at the 25-yard line. Anderson and Hart first down from there. Okay, Bentley falls in the backfield. Chambers will keep the ball, gets into the Esposito's Lawn and Garden Center red zone, just past the 20-yard line.
Just a little read option there. He decided to pull it out and keep it.
He'll mark the ball at the Cairo 18-yard line. Second down from there.
Again, a nice little gain there for Chambers. They seem to have switched offensive fortunes by going more to letting Chambers use the legs.
This time, handoff's going to go to Ron J. Wiley. Get right to about the line of scrimmage. Be third down from there.
Well, do you ask Chambers to throw it here, or do you use the legs again?
Chambers rolls to the right, feeling some pressure, sees the receiver, hits the receiver out of bounds. First and goal for Godby.
The combo of both. Roll them out. Looks like Zylan Martin is limping as he comes back onto the field after going out of bounds there.
Nice ball.
But roll him out. Give him an option once he gets out of the pocket there. If he can't find Martin in that particular case, he can tuck it and run.
Perfect time for a water break for Martin. Get him some hydration and work that cramp out. 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Cairo 37, Godby 7. Both teams huddling up on the sidelines. Let's go ahead and take it to break. Your score, Cairo 37, Godby 7. It's the Barano Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Welcome back, Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. Your score, Cairo 37, Godby 7. Later in tonight's game, we'll be showcasing the Walk-On Sports Bistro Drive of the Game. Walk-On Sports Bistro, game day with a taste of Louisiana. Good to see Zillan Martin coming off the field.
Cramps are no fun in the legs when you get them out there on the field. I mean, they're no fun when you get them in bed in the middle of the night either, but
at least you're comfortable in bed, right? Well,
I haven't been able to.
Can be.
I haven't been able to teach my dog how to go and rub my calf for me like that to try to get the cramp out of there. He's pretty smart. I don't think he's that smart, though.
Martin's actually checking back in the game, so good to see. Give him a little hydration there. I'm trying to. There we go. Fans, if you're wondering, next week the Cougars, let's see, they are going to be playing Rickards. Big game for them. Meanwhile, Cairo will be playing Pelham. So, of course, every game is big, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you've got ambitions like both these teams do. Advance far, hopefully win championships. So, second down and goal for the Cougars. Actually, first and goal. Bentley takes the handoff, but 1, 2, 3, 4 Syrupmakers greet him in the backfield.
Led by Keshen Spence, who was the first one to the ball carrier there.
I do hear the tone of your voice there, Eric.
Just saying, man. I'm just kind of pointing that out.
We did have a penalty. So too many men on the defense. That's going to help out Godby, get him closer to the end zone. Ball will be placed now at the 4-yard line. Second down from there.
It does make stuffing the run easier when you have too many men on the field.
It should, yeah. If that doesn't work, then you got problems. Chambers to the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars.
A little bit different than the last touchdown pass they threw to that same part of the end zone. A little bit different type of throw, but still hit it and nailed the receiver there for the score.
Tylen Vickers on the touchdown catch. We'll get a look at it right there. Another Weston Trawick touchdown. Building, connecting, powering 24/7. Weston Trawick. Puts the score 37-13. Extra point is up. And good. 4:31 to go in the third quarter. Godby gets their 14th point of the ball game. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Barano Heating and Air Player of the Game. Barano Heating and Air, we will always be there for you. I wonder who that player of the game is going to be. Yet to be determined.
Still a lot of time left.
Plenty of ball game left. Yep. You're right.
This third quarter has slowed to a crawl from a pace-wise, or from a pace standpoint, I should say.
Here is the Awards for You kickoff. Awards for You: encourage, recognize, celebrate. Caught right at the 12-yard line. Out to the 35, to the 40, 43-yard line.
Corey Baker again showing you that speed. Godby's got to figure out a way to come up with some stops and get some quick scores as well. 23-point deficit now, and still a lot of time left in this one.
So the Syrupmakers will start at their own 42-yard line. Derek G. Simmons. Hand off. Brought down just past the line of scrimmage.
Tony McLean, nice tackle. Got a piece and then held on. Was able to keep from letting go there.
Bring up a 2nd and 9 for Cairo. Simmons. Both off to Duncan again. About a 2-yard gain, be a 3rd and 7. Looks like spotted a yard further upfield, so 3rd and 6 here. At the Cairo 46-yard line. The snap, the handoff, the hole, the run, the touchdown. Wow. Brian Duncan on the huge touchdown run. Puts another 6 points on the board for Cairo. "46 yards on the run." Look at this. Boom.
He's blocked there by his H-back. Like R.W. Jones, I believe.
Nice hole, nice cut, nice speed. Nice Weston Trawick touchdown. So 44-14. Tell you what, this Cairo team has got some weapons. All right, we're going to go ahead and visit with our good friend Emily Peters down on the sideline. Emily, what you up to?
Guys, I'm down here with Cairo's cheer squad, and they've got something very special for us. They've got a special Syrupmakers cheer, so I'm going to let them take it away right here. Cheer from the Syrupmakers. Now I'm going to chat with a couple of them. This is Layla, guys, and we are not in Cairo tonight, as you can see, but it's a very special place to be for game day. Tell me about it.
Honestly, on game days, it's good to see the unity we have together whenever we travel. No matter if the game's home or away, you can see our stands are usually always packed. And they say there's nothing like being a Syrupmaker on a Friday night, and that is true. No matter if we win or lose, will always be a Syrupmaker, and we do have that maker pride.
Well, you guys do travel very well, and now the question on everybody's mind is here with Kinsley. Who gets to wear the Syrupmaker costume?
It's a 4-year cheerleader thing, and it's for the seniors, and you have to fill out a couple questions, and it's who represents the school, and for our case, it's the Syrupmaker pride.
Well, congratulations, Kinsley. Thank you, guys. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you, Emily. Rich tradition that this Cairo High School has. Very community oriented. Love seeing it. So Godby moving the ball downfield a bit. 2nd and 5. Chambers, now the keeper, going to get the first down, still on his feet. Brought down right about the 43-yard line. Another Anderson and Hart first down.
Point out on that one, Camarion Bush, the guy who made the tackle was the player that Camarion Bush blocked all the way down to the 43-yard line on that before he just disengaged with him. The guy shed him a little bit there, finally at the 43-yard line, and he made the tackle. So when you're an offensive lineman and your guy makes the tackle that far down the field, you've typically done your job.
Yep. So 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Got the handoff. Carrier trying to get around the outside, and he's able to do it just a couple yards there. Play was Ronjay Wiley on the carry. Now getting back to that tradition that Cairo has, big win last week against Thomasville for the battle for the syrup pitcher. That trophy has been involved in the rivalry since 1953. Second down. Chambers looking downfield, trying to get to Vickers. Oh, just unable to pull the ball in. Defended very well there by Zoe Harvey Sloan.
Yes, that was very good coverage by Sloan in that case. You saw Tylen Vickers try to adjust on that. Try to get the catch on the underthrown ball, but that defensive back very tight on him on that play.
Third and 6 for the Cougars. Ball at their own 47-yard line. Chambers, rush in his face, brought down. Another big play. Ball is okay. Well, they're not blowing this ball dead, so it's picked up by Bentley. So they'll call that a fumble. Picked up and run for a first down by Demyrick Bentley.
You don't see many first downs like that.
No. Wow.
A lot of pressure coming up the middle in that particular case by Cairo. You'll see it right here. They had a blitzing linebacker coming in there. The ball comes out, and a heads-up play there by Bentley, but he stopped running because he thought maybe it was blown dead, and then I think he probably heard his sideline telling him to keep going. So he started running again.
So another big Anderson and Hart first down. Clock ticking down inside 10 seconds. Handoff to Bentley. Bentley gets just past the 40-yard line. And that's where the third quarter will end. Go ahead and get those 4 fingers up in the air. Call it to the fourth quarter. Your score, Cairo 44. Godby 14. It's the Bear No Heating Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk On Sports Bistro. Check out some of the smiling faces on our Liberty Dental Plan Smile Cam, making members smile one smile at a time with the Liberty Dental Plan. Plenty of smiling faces on the Cairo sideline this evening. Their Syrupmakers leading this contest 44-14. Gamecock Stadium, Tallahassee, Florida. Ben Cinco, Eric Llewellyn calling the action up here. Emily Peters on the sideline. Bringing you quality information and entertainment. Fourth quarter will start with Godby. And a 2nd and 8 from the Cairo 39-yard line. Chambers looking downfield, pump fake, and escapes, and then brought down. So a big loss. Heck of a job there by Cairo.
A lot of pressure on him throughout the course of the evening.
Damari Wooden was one of those back there with Jeremiah Williams, able to bring Lazarus Chambers down. Bring up a 3rd and long. Daniel Francis talking to Lazarus Chambers, setting it back out. Ball placed now at the Cairo 47-yard line. Things are going to get worse there for Godby. There is a penalty. Delay a game, not able to get the playoff. So tack 5 more on there. It's going to be a 3rd and 22. Chambers feeling the pressure, stays in the pocket, throws the ball. Had a couple receivers about the same spot, but not able to make the connection.
I think we got
it's either going to be for Zaylen Martin or Jamarin Simmons. Not sure who he was trying to get to. They're both right there.
And we've got a hold in the backfield by Godby, which I'm sure will be declined. Got 4th and 21, so no reason to take that penalty.
So 4th down, Godby's actually going to punt this ball away. Jalen Roque have to kick this ball. Corey Baker back to receive the punt. Gonna let that bounce. Gonna roll to the 15-yard line. Will be whistled dead. Say things are going quite swimmingly for this this Cairo Syrupmakers team. Opened the season with that loss to Thomas County Central, but now things are looking like they'll get their 3rd consecutive win since that opening season loss.
Yeah, they put 35 in week 2 on Monroe out of Alabama, and then 24-3 win last week over Thomasville. And I'd say, even though there's a good bit of time left, just under 11 minutes, they've got this game pretty well in hand now with a 30-point lead.
Derek G. Simmons hits the receiver, catch and run out to the 40, 45, 50, to the 40, to the 30, 20, 10, and brought down about the 5-yard line. So Derek G. Simmons to Drew Owens, a huge play.
Not taking the foot off the gas at all as far as Cairo goes.
It's a 70-yard catch and run for Drew Owens.
It's just a slant. Pass was a little high, but Owens did a good job going up and getting it, not breaking stride. And then the oceans parted, and he had a huge gap to run through. beat everybody to the sideline, then turned it up the sideline before he was eventually caught down at the 5.
First and goal from the 5, Esposito's red zone.
Or maybe, I guess maybe it's the 6, not the 5.
Yep, or 6. Hands off. Corey Baker. Able to get a few yards there.
Now this is the first time tonight that we've seen them not go to that Wildcat inside the 10-yard line. They're just going to line up in their regular offense. So Simmons is still in there, quarterback.
It's got Damari Wooden next to him in the backfield.
That's going to be a false start on Cairo. Right tackle, a little too eager. Throws his hands up in the air, knowing that it's an unforced error on him.
Ball's going to be back now about the 8-yard line. Handoff through the line. Brought down to about the 3-yard line. Damari Wooden on the carry. Clock continues to roll. Right about 9 minutes to go in this contest. G. Simmons with Wooden in the backfield next to him. Wooden will take the handoff, gets around the outside and into the end zone for another Weston Trawick touchdown.
Ari Wooden just walked in on that one, went around the left side. And now they've put up half 100 on Godby. Collapsed down the defensive line, and then he had one guy he had to make miss. That was Quintel Strong.
Kick is up and good. Go ahead and send it to break. Your score: Cairo 51, Godby 14. Verno Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Let's relive the Walk-On Sports Bistro drive of the game. Walk-On Sports Bistro game day with a taste of Louisiana. It's happened in the second quarter.
Spence. The long game.
Mari Powell on the catch and run.
Nice little screen there by Cairo.
And then capped off. Spence touchdown run.
Has 3 touchdowns on the night.
Good look at the Cairo sideline. Head coach David Coleman and company.
They have gone to a running clock for the remainder of this game. So the last 7:39 will wind down pretty quickly here.
Okay, we'll line up for the awards for you kickoff.
It's Elijah Jones kicking off for Cairo.
So much suspense going on in this kickoff. Here we go. And over end, going to be fielded at the 28-yard line. Nice move there to the 40, to the half, to our midfield, and gets out of bounds about the 48-yard line. That's Demyrick Bentley. That's where Godby will start this drive. Cougars getting some last words of encouragement by the coaching staff on the sideline before they start this drive. There's a good look at the kickoff return by Bentley. Waiting for the
football. Nope, they got a football.
I know there's one out there. I don't know whether.
Now we're trying to get another one. What are we doing here?
Play clock has not started yet. Game clock continues to tick down.
No, they stopped it now.
Okay.
They were getting the Cairo football back over to the Cairo sidelines.
Chambers, quick pass. Vickers. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Just a little shy, looks like. Second down. Chambers, plenty of time. Hits his receiver out of bounds. Going to be a first down right about the 29-yard line. That was Zylan Martin on the catch.
And you see the arm strength. You see the arm talent there for Lazarus Chambers. You know, again, that's not an easy throw to make. You're going opposite hash all the way to the sideline down the field. That's a really long throw, and he zipped it in there nicely.
He's able to get the Barber's best termite and pest first down. Chambers looking for a receiver. Oh, a little bit short and behind where it needed to be. Almost intercepted.
And that throw, I think, was a little bit late. That's something you can work on, and as a quarterback gets more experience, they get that timing down better. Keep in mind, again, Lazarus Chambers just a sophomore.
That was Trayshawn Breland who had a chance at an interception there. 2nd and 10. Bentley's going to take the handoff, get around the edge. There's no one there. He's going to turn on the jets. Is he going to get to the end zone? Not quite. Going to be out of bounds right about the 7-yard line. First and goal from there.
Misdirection. Cairo fell for it. Have the quarterback going left and then just drop that handoff to the back to the right. Got a blocker going from the left side of the line to the right side to pick up the defensive end, and in that particular case, DeMarc Bentley just beat everybody to the corner.
25-yard run puts the ball into the Esposito's Lawn and Garden Center red zone. It's like timeout
by Godby.
3:46 to go in the 4th quarter. We'll go ahead and take a break as well. Your score, Cairo 51, Godby 14 on the Barano Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals, presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro on Tallahassee CW. Let's take a look at tonight's Barano Heating and Air play of the game. Barano Heating and Air, we will always be there for you.
And there it is.
Your Derek G. Simmons touchdown pass to Melik Williams on play action.
Over the top and got the receiver behind the defense and get him in stride. Nicely executed play there.
Both teams in their huddles on the sideline, getting last second words of wisdom from their coaching staffs. First and goal is where we're at. 7-yard line. That's where Godby will start. First and goal. Chambers with Bentley next to him in the backfield, looking into the end zone. The pass incomplete.
Good coverage there by Brian Duncan. He's been a guy who has had a really good night tonight, both on offense and defense as well.
Tylen Vickers, the intended receiver.
He's done a good job running the ball. He's done a good job in coverage.
Chambers looking into the end zone again, fires the ball. It is caught for a touchdown. That's Vickers. Weston Trawick touchdown.
Nice little fade route into the corner. And I think the DB might have got a piece of that.
Yep, I think so too.
With Tylen Vickers still coming away with the catch. Let's see it again. Yep. DB got a piece of that. And it was
focused by Vickers to haul that one in.
Brian Duncan again. He got a little piece of that one, but like you said, great focus there by Vickers. Just go to that fade route. They had a height advantage in that corner. And a nice throw, nice catch.
Vickers didn't have a lot of stats from last year as a freshman, but his stock really rose in the 7-on-7 season over this summer. Oh, big hit there. Nothing doing on that 2-point conversion. Just to finish the thought on Vickers, he, after that great 7-on-7, really showed out, attended some camps, and wound up getting a number of scholarship offers, including Florida State, Miami, and University of Florida.
So clock's still running. 1:51 now. She's not going to have much left to this game.
So 51-20 our score. Once again, looking ahead to next week, Rickards and Godby will play. And on the Cairo side of things, Cairo will be taking on Pelham.
Nobody in a big hurry to kick off here. It's down to about right at a minute 10 and kick off, and by the time you get the offense and defenses on the field, I don't know that we'll get another play after this kickoff. Godby recover the onside kick.
Well, if they want to get some points, they need to get the offense out there quick. Clock will continue to tick.
Well, they've stopped it now at 40 seconds. Are they putting this back on the tee to kick again?
I guess so.
Huh. Not sure why. Did they just go before the, must have gone before the officials blew the whistle.
Yeah, I think so.
Clock is running again now.
And over in. Fair catch called. Caught at the 29-yard line. So this Cairo offense, I mean, nothing crazy or audacious. They went out, they executed very well on offense, put some big points on the board. Defense came up,
took advantage of mistakes on offense too.
Putting results up 51-20 is how this ball game will end. Both teams meeting at midfield. Well, let's take a look at tonight's Barano Heating and Air Player of the Game. That player is ... the suspense.
Cashin Spence.
Cashin Spence. Eric Llewellyn's key player of the game for this Cairo Syrupmakers, and
a little face mask on that one that we didn't get called on that long run.
3 touchdowns tonight. Some plays on defense. There's another good look. Heck of a run right there. Will not go down. One of those Western Trader touchdowns right there. Heck of a job there by Kevin Spence and this entire Cairo Syrupmakers team. So we'll go ahead and send it to break. Come on back. We got some fun stuff for you. On the Beardo Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium, Tallahassee, Florida. Once again, your final score, Cairo 51, Godby 20. Don't forget, next Friday night, 7 o'clock on the CW, we got Florida High taking on Gadsden County. Emily Peters down on the field with the victorious Syrupmakers. Emily!
Yes, down here with the Syrupmakers, Beardo Heating and Air's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Champions, congratulations, Coach, and congratulations, Syrupmakers.
Hey! Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Syrupmakers. We are so happy that you guys joined us tonight for this ball game. Remember, again, next Friday night, 7 p.m., we'll be in Gadsden County to see them take on Florida High. Looking forward to that, our first Friday Night Rivals telecast from that stadium. So thanks again for joining us tonight, seeing the Cairo Syrupmakers take down the Godby Cougars. Again, that was 51-20. We will see you next Friday night. Have a great weekend, folks.